This is Lord Thaddeus Cray. What is this going to be about? It's going to be a movie review. It's a pretty good movie that I saw. It's called Weir. The pronunciation of it is W-E-R, which is very interesting. But it's kind of like the old English, I think, term for weir or whatever you want to call it. It's about a werewolf. But not the classic type of, like Dogman or Van Helsing or underworld looking monsters trying to get people. No, this is different. It's more close to the Wolfman. It's about a man who was born with a very interesting genetic situation in which causes hirsutism, sensitivity to light, and definitely some superhuman qualities. Strength, savagery, just total viciousness, especially affected by the moon. The man's name is Talon Gwynnick, if I remember right. This movie came out, I want to say, 2013, 2014. Don't quote me on that. I probably am wrong on that. But it's been a while since I've seen this movie, but it was good. Very good. It's kind of like, almost like one of those found footage kind of movies to an extent. But anyway, Mr. Gwynnick, he's a tormented soul. You actually feel for the dude. He's not really an evil man. He's just afflicted with a very awful, hereditary, genetic, and contagious situation in which makes him more animal than man. Nobody is spared in this movie. Nobody. Kids get it. Grown-ups get it. I'm just saying. Dogs get it, if I remember right. This guy is completely off his rocker. Savage. The plot of the movie is very good. It surprised me. The movie is low budget, but it's not extremely so. It's actually maybe middle of the road. It's independent, I do believe, but the effects were practical. And I loved it. Just gonna leave it at that. The plot revolves around a family that is infected or genetically afflicted with this lycanthropy, werewolfism. And it goes into detail about how the family, the parents, they want what's best for their son Talon. They do. They want to help him. And there's some foreign individuals. I think this takes place in France. You got a couple of people from the States. A couple of them, I think, are like ex-boyfriend, girlfriend. That relationship plays a dynamic later in the movie. It's pretty well done. I'm not going to spoil that for you. But let's leave it at this. The family wants help for their son. It's understandable. The problem is you have corrupt policemen and just bad people that ruin it for everyone. And because of this, many people die. A lot of people are killed. I would say Talon would be probably the closest thing to the quote-unquote villain in this movie, but he's not really a villain. He's a victim in a lot of ways. Like I said, this is one character I really feel for. A lot. Unfortunately, like I said, he goes through a lot. But the thing is a fella I understand why they're trying to kill him. They have to. They don't really have much choice. I'm not going to go any further into spoiler territory on this movie because it's just that good. It has decent acting, very good practical effects, and a more realistic approach to lycanthropy. The aversion to light, the hirsutism. So, there's different illnesses in real life that have similar type of symptoms. I also know that there are certain types of porphyrias and things like that that can mimic vampirism in some ways, or maybe even lycanthropy. I don't know much about that disease, but I do know that there are ailments where people cannot handle the sun. Even like UV light can make them sick. It's a very interesting, fascinating take on the Werewolf Legend. I'm going to tell you that now. And the way it is passed on from one person to another, that in itself is definitely according to lore to an extent. I'm not going to go any further into that, but again, that's where that relationship between those, the people trying to help Mr. Gwynnick out, the ex-boyfriend and girlfriend, that dynamic, there's a very strong element near the end. And it's a very good twist, like I said. And just the way they cover in this movie, the way they have like the newscast and stuff covering everything that goes down is very well done. I'm just going to leave it at that. If you want to see a good movie, check We're out. It is good. I recommend it. I would give it definitely 4 out of 5 stars if I could. Check it out. Also, right now, DW and John Bell, they live in Louisiana or in that area. They're needing your prayers. We've got a storm coming out there. They're needing your prayers right now. Because to be honest, that hurricane coming out there is bad news. Please keep them in your prayers. You guys be blessed and you be safe.